and welcome to October's Wine Club for Divine Vintage. So what we're doing this month is we're heading to Sicily. So we're in the south of Sicily, or southeast, in an area called Vittoria, and we're focusing on a wine producer known as Cos. So C-O-S are the three surnames of the owners who met at university. They were friends. So the surnames end in C, O, and S, and this is their joint venture. So they're natural winemakers. In 2007, they went fully biodynamic. And I think one of the fun things for this month is we're looking at ancient methods, but modern wines. So we're going way back, and this is the first time in coming up 3 years of the Divine Wine Club that we have an orange wine. So you can see the color here. It's not too orange. Sometimes they become quite amber. They become quite sort of golden as well, but this one's just got this lovely sort of light hue to it. And the thing with orange wines is this is not a modern thing. It's quite trendy. A lot of hipster places you go to and a lot of the younger consumers are really into orange wines, but it's not a new thing. This is one of the most ancient ways of making wines. So if you go back 8,000 years ago to the cradles of viticulture, places like Georgia, Armenia, when they made white wine, it was always including the skins. So modern winemaking, the way we look at it now, is with technology, we can have temperature control, we can have stainless steel tanks, and when you ferment the wine, you can keep it nice and cool, and that preserves all the freshness of the fruit. 8,000 years ago, there wasn't refrigeration, so they used to take the white grapes, keep the skins and the juice together, break them open, and then they'd ferment the wine on the skins. And it was the skins that give this orange color, but not just the color, it also gives a texture. So if you think about red wine's made from the whole grape as well. The juice inside a white wine or a red wine grape is the same, it's clear. So the color is coming from the skins. So with a red wine, you might remember back to 3 months ago, we did 2 Pinot Noirs from New Zealand, from the same grape, from the same vineyard. And one was white and one was red, and it was all down to the technique. The white Pinot Noir was just brought into the winery, they squeezed the red grapes, the clear juice came out, and they threw away the skins and fermented the clear juice. For the red wine, they include the skins, so the skins stain the juice, and you start off and it's a little bit pink in color. After a few more days, it becomes redder. So that's really the way you make red wine, but if you do that with white grapes, then you get to keep the color. Red wines have tannin, they have that firmness, that astringency, which comes from the skins itself. It gives you the tannin, and you also get a little bit of tannin with orange wine because you've got the skins there. In this case, this is not too extreme, and we wanted to do an orange wine for the wine club that wasn't going to scare too many people. Orange wine can be quite funky, it can have chunks of things in it, can be quite grippy. Often they age them in clay amphora, especially the wines, the original ones from countries like Georgia. I went to a tasting just recently, and the Georgian wines were very grippy. They have between 6 and 7 months with the skins and the juice together. So it's quite extreme. We didn't want to go too extreme for Divine Wine Club. We wanted to have a gentle orange wine. So this is an orange wine that's made from using just about 10 days of skin contact. And this 10 days of skin contact gives a little bit of color and a little bit of grip. And it's got this sort of wonderful, quite exotic, you get this marmalade flavor, you get this orange pith, you get orange blossom. It's really quite appealing. When you drink it, there's just extra layers there. You can feel a little bit of a grip, but there's a bit more of a firmness. This makes it a great wine to match with more strongly flavored foods. So things like stronger cheeses, anything Middle Eastern, that's a nice ode to the origins of the orange wine style. And then with the spices in it, can go really well with orange wine. And of course you can just drink it on its own. So we've got a gentle introduction to orange wine for October's Wine Club. And we thought, if you can't do orange wine in October, the month of Halloween, when are we going to do it? So try something different, try these wines for this month, and I think you'll agree they're nice. The plants like it too, because now we're going to go on to the red wine. So the red wine, in Italy, there's a classification system. It's called the Denominazione di Origine Controllata, or same as the appellation rules in France. And a lot of wines, or most wines in Italy, have this DOC, they call it. And this wine in particular is a DOC. You might notice on the neck here of the label, This is the band that goes around, and it says DOCG. So the G is very Italian. They've got an official government system, which is a DOC, saying it's a classified wine. But the G, they really mean it. Garantita, they guarantee that the government system is correct. So this is the only DOCG appellation in Sicily, and it's called Cerasuolo di Vittoria. And Vittoria is the town in the south of Sicily. And by law, it has to be at least 60% of the native grape called Nero d'Avola, and the rest gets made up of the grape called Frappato. So it's a combination of these two. So the Nero d'Avola gives a sort of a firmness, it gives a little bit of structure, it makes the wine sort of firmer. But if you look at the color of this, it's not particularly dark in terms of red wine. It's almost like the Pinot Noir equivalent of Sicily. When you smell it, it's just got this lovely, warm, red fruited, slightly spicy, warm Sicilian sunshine feel. And tasting it, it's just so lovely. It's a natural wine, but it's not natty. It's got a lovely juiciness to it, or a freshness to it. And this is really something that goes across both of the wines. These are indigenous grapes from Sicily, not found anywhere else in Italy or the world. So a combination of two red wines, two red grapes here, red wine grapes. We've got the Nero d'Avola and the Frappato. And for the white wine, we had two native grapes, one called Grillo, one called Inzolia. And these are grapes that historically used to make the famous wine Marsala. So if you've ever done cooking, you often cook with Marsala wines. Most of it comes from the west of Sicily, but they do have a lovely freshness to them. So I think the orange wine has a lift and a freshness. I think the red wine has a lovely softness about it as well. And we're looking at 4 native or indigenous grape varieties from Sicily this month, from the leading producer of biodynamic wines, a real trendsetter down there. And I hope that you'll enjoy our first foray into all natural, all biodynamic, and the first orange wine we've ever done at Divine Vintage. So be a little bit adventurous, try an orange wine. This is a nice gentle landing, and then we've got a lovely red wine too. So Sicily, October, Divine Wine Club. Enjoy.